Oh yeah, Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eyes.
Veronica Mars, I'm watching you.
Welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I am Joe.
And I am, unfortunately, Travis.
And fortunately, we are gathered here today to talk about Veronica Mars, Season 1, Episode 11, Silence of the Lamb.
So, I think before we start this episode, we should talk about how it was aired out of order with an Eccles Family Christmas. This should have aired first. And you can tell because there's they don't talk about Aaron, even though that was a huge winter break cliffhanger. And it's all still very Christmassy in this episode.
Is it?
Well, because Mac's house is decked out for Christmas.
Okay, but I leave up my Christmas decorations for a solid month and a half. They don't come down until February.
Yeah, but if you're going camping, I assume you're going before the Christmas break and not after. Because you had to go back to, I don't know.
Well, it definitely was out of order, but I didn't see anything that popped out.
The only thing that popped out is they don't talk about Aaron, and then Logan and Duncan aren't in this episode.
Oh, it's because they're both grieving.
I'm also really upset that Dick was not at Madison's birthday, but that's just me.
She was mad at him that week. He had looked at another girl a little too long, like Dick does, and she didn't.
But everyone wants Dick at their birthday, right?
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it is.
It's like herpes, but good. All right, let's get into the episode description. Joe.
Joe.
Shut up. I'm talking. So I know I said I wanted to pivot to the Hulu episode descriptions, but the iTunes ones tend to be a little more in-depth, and I kind of like that for this podcast, so we're just going to stick with iTunes for the time being. Plus, I paid for this episode. Actually, all the episodes, but we're just going to use iTunes for now. iTunes says, a serial killer who targets college girls has struck again, and the town of Neptune is terrified. Keith, who previously worked on the case, temporarily returns to the sheriff's department to help catch the killer. Meanwhile, Veronica's own investigative caseload increases as she conducts background checks to get the dirt on her school classmates' parents. But for her computer geek friend Mac, the information Veronica learns may have life-altering consequences.
Bum, bum, bum.
And it does, but doesn't.
Yeah. So
because it's never brought up again.
I guess we could just talk about that now.
Not in a real way, anyway.
I don't know why this storyline was never brought up for season 2.
Because it was so good. This is such a good storyline and a great way to involve Mac in Veronica's life.
It's also a great way to involve Madison in a way that isn't just Madison being a total bitch.
Even though she is
in every single scene she's in, but...
However, when we get to it, I am Team Madison in one part.
I think I'm the same Team Madison in that same part.
Okay. But yeah, this was I really like this storyline. It's kind of, I always remember this storyline. I just always forget it's this episode. Some reason, the Keith and Lamb stuff just kind of eclipses everything for me when I think of this episode. Maybe it's called Silence of the Lambs. But yeah, I always forget. I love it, but I totally forget it's in this specific episode.
I am always up for a Mac-centric episode, and I'm pretty sure this is her only real centric episode. And it's a shame, because Tina Majorino does a lot of really interesting things with her character. I feel bad, because, she has a really good line where she says, why didn't they just switch us back? And then Veronica's like, they might have got attached to you in that first 4 years.
Yeah. The way... I don't remember if I mentioned it in, what is it? Like a Virgin, sorry. But just the way Tina Majorino plays Mac, the way she just shows like through body language how insecure Mac is with herself and the lack of confidence in her, and just seeing like throughout the seasons how she starts looking up when she talks. She's not constantly looking down. Her voice gets louder. Like editing video for like this episode and the last one, like Mac has a really soft voice in these episodes, and then like going into, let's say, Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough, she's very confident in her voice, and it's a great little thing that Tina Majorino did, and I appreciate that.
I agree. I 100% agree, Joe. She's good. She's too good.
She is. She's well, yeah, she's good. She's great, but no one's too good. Veronica Mars. I mean,
so let's.
Who wouldn't want to be on it?
I mean, I guess we could just talk about some of my favorite parts of like the Mac storyline. Like, the problem when I really like a storyline is I don't know what. I just want to be like, it's good. Okay, bye.
Right? Like, I don't. Like, how does no one else like this? Like, I feel like everyone else is like, yeah, no, this is perfect. Like, what? No,
What?
I think one of my favorite parts is, oh, I did write that in my notes. Never mind. Sorry. I was wondering if I wrote down that in my notes for Like a Virgin or this episode with Mac's confidence, and it is this one. It is.
Aww.
It is this one. What I really like about this storyline is how much Mac looks like Madison's parents.
I was
or
good. I had
her
that in
bio
my
parents.
notes. I'm like, Mac meets her mom, well casted, because she looks.
Dude, and the sister.
And the sister.
Like, Madison has to be like, how do I not look like either of these people? Like, remotely. The mom and the, like, daughter look alike with Mac, and then Madison's just like, hi.
Well, we don't know what the dad
I'm blonde.
looks like.
Probably not blonde.
Okay, well...
What if he had naturally blue hair, and that is, like, actually, like, it's not a streak in her hair?
Okay, so
like
she
some Marge Simpson
she,
shit.
She doesn't have the blue streak at the beginning of the episode, but she gets it halfway through the episode. Because it's not in her first scene.
I feel like it... Because it gets a lot more vibrant than it was in Like a Virgin. So, like, in that first scene, she was just, like... She hadn't dyed it yet. It was, like, towards the end of its life.
Well, okay, if you insist.
No, because it gets super vibrant. Like, I have that on here. It's a note.
It really stands. Because I think they started filming, they're like, oh fuck, we forgot Mac's trademark blue streak.
Well, either that or they're, like, watching back Like a Virgin, be like, wow, you really can't see this from the parking lot. Yet we say it's a fucking beacon for Veronica to find.
They should have just digitally added it in. Veronica Mars has the budget for that, right? To digitally add it.
Just, like, two-tone her hair. She could have half blue. If you're gonna digitally alter it, go in.
I really appreciated Madison's. If you look at the invitation that Mac is holding for Madison's party, it's all
that
coded.
They're doing that like secret code again, but that makes no sense.
I know.
It's not like they're trying to hide this party.
I
like
know.
it's not like no one knows that it's Madison's birthday.
But I thought it was
She just had an orchestra playing.
I thought it was a nice touch. I thought it like linked back nicely.
No, it makes no sense.
Oh, well, because Madison doesn't want like the freaks showing up.
Oh, because no one knows where fucking Madison lives.
Okay. Also, maybe it's.
She's like, this is a annual like rite of passage. Yet no one knows where fucking Madison Sinclair lives.
Fall, as Veronica calls it.
Veronica's like, never mind. Never mind.
I didn't think Madison's house from the outside looked that great, but I also think a lot of like Southern California houses that are like fancy don't look that good. Like the inside, it was really nice, but the outside it looked pretty run down, and it was a weird choice. Because everyone else's houses we've seen so far has looked like the mansions. Max doesn't look like a mansion.
Well, like who is it from Meet John Smith? Like the kid's dad's house. Like that thing was a pretty big. That was bigger than Madison's house, I feel.
Yeah, and then Mac herself has a really nice house, so I don't understand where Mac falls in.
Oh my god. It looks super nice from the outside. Like the inside, you could see that they're trying to make it look like
But it was still like
NASCAR people house, but it really doesn't. Like
Mac's bedroom is beautiful. Like the fireplace turned into a bookcase.
Yes,
and like
the fact that her dad keeps building her bookshelves, like she has such. I get it, like
Mac.
Not connecting with your family and all that, and so like you feel like they're just out to get you, but like they're really sweet parents.
Her mom and dad are. I love her dad. He's like, you got your like sleeping bag,
little
your
Einstein
pillow, yeah.
So cute. I really like it because my family has enjoyed NASCAR.
I mean, if you've watched South Park, you are well aware of where NASCAR fits. I can honestly say I've never watched. I was going to say an episode of NASCAR, but that's not correct.
I can honestly say I have unfortunately watched NASCAR events. They just keep going left. I don't get it. Okay, so the one point that I will give for Madison, they did crash her party. Like,
oh, I agree.
And they knew it, and they said they were gonna crash it. And they get upset that she's upset that they crashed her party. Like, it's not like a school party and like everyone's invited, like except for the.
That's kind of what it was, though.
Like, this is a birthday party. I mean, I agree with her. I agree with her that they crashed the party.
But
she was totally rude about it still, but she had a point.
Well, so I don't understand from what we see of Madison's mom and sister, they're just like nice people. So I don't know why Madison's a raging bitch. Like, her dad must be fucking awful.
That's why he's never around. He's always at work.
Because Madison is fucking awful, and then like her sister's like the nicest, like
right
thing. But
I would love to have her as a sister.
It would have been interesting if they would have made like Mac's family really awful, and it kind of could have been like that nature versus nurture thing. But Mac's family is like super sweet,
just as nice.
Like, her mom is like, "Oh, you must be Cindy's friend. I brought snacks." I wasn't sure if you're like, what does she say? Like
a freaky eater,
like vegan, Cindy, like Cindy, freak ball eater.
Yeah, freak ball.
And then Veronica just like, less freak ball, more normal.
Which also, you bring up that scene. Poor Veronica, like, saying that. She's like, I'm about to destroy your family's life and, like, turn your daughter's world upside down. Thanks for the food. Love the snacks.
I find it really funny because I think a couple episodes ago, the drinking the Kool-Aid, I mentioned that vegans didn't exist in 2004.
That's
Clearly
right.
I was wrong.
You did.
Because Mac's a vegan. Which I don't think ever gets brought up again.
Which is so un-vegan-like.
I know.
No, I only joke. I have, like, a good couple of my friends are vegan, and they definitely, like... I think it's only vegans on the internet that bring it up at a constantly, and only when they've just started it and want everybody to know.
No. One of my good friends is vegan, and she never mentions it, except for,
never.
Like, when we go... Because I bought something... And she's like, "Oh, is this in it?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, because you're a vegan, so you can't have that. Sorry."
I had one coworker, like, I worked with him for a year, and one day I bought a pizza for the management team, and I was like, "Oh, there's pizza in there, or whatever, if you want to grab some." And he's like, "Oh, no, thanks. I can't have it." I'm like, "Oh, no, like, go ahead." He's like, "Well, I'm vegan." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I have worked with you, like, side by side for a year.
I don't believe you.
And
the
I
story
am
is fake.
just that, like, and I'm like asking, I'm like, did everyone else know that he was vegan? Like, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, yeah, okay. Like, so yeah, I think it's only ever internet vegans.
Because also,
Mac
doesn't want any attention brought to herself, so she's not going to bring it up.
Not at all. I do like that. She is very business oriented on getting out of Neptune and like making this money and getting the
I don't know why Veronica didn't just do it. It takes her like 5 seconds to look this stuff up.
Dude, and then like she could just do that. She wouldn't have to help her dad with all this other shit. Well, she could be bringing in some real money.
I don't understand why she didn't, like, after she solved Lily's murder, be like, "Hey Mac, let's do this. I have nothing else to do."
That would have been a cool little sub story for season 2.
I solved my best friend's murder. Let's dig up some dirt on some parents.
Let's take these 09ers money. Like, oh god, that would have been so cool. I really wish they would have revisited that because it's a really cool side story.
But it had to do with Mac, so they'd never revisit it.
Scheduling issues.
So let's see. I had some other notes about. I thought it was really an interesting shot when Veronica's looking at the old newspapers. And they use that shot.
And the light from
they
the
use
screen.
That in the season 2 credits, I'm pretty sure.
It's a really beautiful shot.
But I paused it because I wanted to see if it had a date on it. The article is actually about like 2 babies being switched, so I actually really appreciate that. Because
that's super cool.
Yeah, in most TV shows, they don't care.
Some jumble.
But this one was actually like a fully written article about 2 babies being swapped and the parents keeping the money or keeping the babies.
That's really awesome. I love that.
But then the article above it is just the same article copied and just
it was a really big article at the moment. They needed 2 spots for it.
It was a really big article, but I don't know why.
Each family took a spot out. That's why.
Yeah. I just thought that was a neat little tidbit, and I always appreciate because Veronica Mars is one of those shows that I've noticed they do small things that they don't have to.
It makes such a big difference. It shows they care.
Well, that's the thing. That's the one thing you can tell about Veronica Mars, and when they keep bringing it back, is the people that work on it care about it. Even in season 1, I think they could tell they didn't want it to be just another like teen drama. They're like, we can raise the bar just like a bit. And
holy shit, did they?
Yeah. My other note about this scene or the story, whatever, is when Mac goes and walks up to her mom in the car,
and then the one with the car, like her putting her hand up.
Yeah, and then the song "The Way Home" plays. I love that song because it's on the Veronica Mars soundtrack. So I've listened to it
such a beautiful song
times, but it's devastating because I hope, but it's a nice little. I like that Mac kind of realizes that the family she does have do kind of love her, do love her.
Well, not kind of love her.
I know, I didn't mean to say that. They do love her. They're just different, and I think because she has that smile, and she's a little bit excited to go camping. Because at the end of the day, it's her family, and they're good people. They're just not her people, and you can tell when Veronica's like, "Oh, you just had a birthday," and she's like, "Yeah, 1 more year till I get to leave home." And Veronica was really sad by that comment.
Which is funny because Veronica wants the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I got a U-Haul packed and ready to go and not pictured.
This is true, but also she does love her dad.
Oh god, yeah.
She hates her mom, but she loves because she's looking for her
mom.
She
hates her mom. She hates that she wants to love her.
Or
she hates. Yeah.
So she's in this weird place.
It's complicated. Their Facebook status is complicated.
Mac is very much like a teenager, and I wish we would have gone because Mac doesn't leave Neptune because she's at Hearst College,
right?
So
okay. So I'm gonna pivot a little bit from that you mentioned, Mac's a teenager or whatever. I have never felt more old than this episode.
I know
when the kid's like, "Oh, my mom got mad at me for smoking some weed in my own room." I'm like, dude, the fuck? Yeah, she did. Go do that shit in a park. Do you pay the rent? You sure as shit don't, so you can go outside and smoke that shit. No, I just never felt so old.
I wish we would have seen more of Veronica helping her classmates because they're actually pretty funny.
It is.
And then what does she say? Your mom had 3 credit rolls, Chucker's girlfriend, screaming maid, curious roommate. That was really funny.
It was a lot of really good jokes in there with those.
Yeah.
When that kid's complaining about not being able to smoke weed in his house or whatever, and Wallace is just like,
apparently you've never spent time in a black woman's house. Be glad you're still walking.
Wallace again has very little to do this episode, but he has some great lines. I like when he's talking to Veronica about the Eastern Strangler, and he's like,
"My mom is scared to drive home alone. I told her this time she can be happy she's not a guy's type."
Oh, I love it. It's really sad when we only get a little bit of Wallace, but I like that when we do get him, they give him some good.
Wallace always has
moments.
good lines. Well,
but it's also Percy. Like, he's a really great actor. Like, he can bring like one sentence to life. It's beautiful.
I guess. So, do you have anything else to say about the Mac Madison storyline?
Yes, actually. Okay. So, when Mac invites Veronica over to listen to the clips, she's like, "Oh, well, I have to go camping or whatever."
Yeah.
She plays like 2 clips that last less than 15 seconds, and then she's like, come on, Veronica, I gotta go. Like, we've been at this for all of 30 seconds now, and I need to get camping?
Yeah.
Like, that was a little rude.
I agree. It felt very rushed, but whatever, it's fine. They needed to show Veronica, or they needed to show Mac's family was camping.
Well, yeah, but, like, they didn't need that line there.
I will say, I would love to RV across Canada. Like, maybe it's the white trash in me, but the idea of an RV has always really like piqued my interest. And
no, we've talked about that. Like,
we've never. Yeah, I wish we couldn't do that when we were younger because my parents had 3 fucking kids. You're not gonna go RVing with 3 fucking kids. That just sounds like a nightmare.
You would just need a bigger RV.
It just still sounds like a nightmare. And also, my older brother was like, he fucking hated going outside. He made a lot of drama out of nothing. So it was never. We never got to do stuff.
He was an indoor cat.
Yeah. So when he was a bit older, we'd start doing like trips without him because he wouldn't want to go. So that's fine. Like, he would always make excuses that he got car sick, but
he never got car sick.
Have some fucking gravel or just, I don't know.
Dude, I've tried that. Like, on a plane, I took Dramamine because whatever, that shit knocked me out. Like, I was out for a solid 4 hours, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, we've landed. I'm like, oh shit.
I think because I just take transit so much, I don't get motion sickness because I'm just used to it.
I don't think I've never gotten it from a car or anything. I'm scared to go on a boat though. Like, I don't want to realize, or not like a boat, but like a cruise ship. Because I've been on a boat and I'm fine. But like a cruise ship is different.
Well, a cruise ship, you just go missing.
Well, I'm talking about seasickness. Like, I don't want to be like on a week-long cruise and then find out hour 1, like, oh shit, this was a bad idea.
I feel like they have so much drugs on a cruise ship.
But I want to be able to enjoy it, not be knocked out the entire time.
Well, and I can't help you.
Like, I could be as high as possible, but that still won't help that.
Well, then Austin will just have a really fun time on a cruise, and you're just in the bedroom.
Fine, whatever. Let's talk about Keith and Lamb.
I was going to say, so talking about characters that have very small roles, but very scene-stealing roles, we should quickly talk about Weevil's one scene in this episode, where he shows up, and... No, go on. I didn't mean no. You seem very confused. Like, he doesn't show up in this episode.
I'm racking through my head on that.
And
that scene.
I want to say he was improvising because it was just going on and on, making such a big fuss about like the fireworks, the loud noise.
Was so good. Yeah. Oh my god, I loved it.
It's so quick. It's like a minute-long scene, and he's just having so much fun.
I wrote that. I was like, I'm really hoping Francis Capra like just improv this whole thing. Like, it was very, I want to speak to the manager.
It was.
And I loved it.
And he did. And I'm not going to say my favorite art. I'm not going to say my favorite line because I'll save it for the quotes, but it was hilarious. It's because I didn't realize that it still goes on when Veronica's in the back room. You can still hear him.
Yes. They didn't just like fade it out completely. You could still hear him going in at Leo. Oh, it was so good. I love that scene.
So I think Wallace and Weevil definitely have smaller roles in the series, but they usually make it worth it. Like, they stand out. Yeah.
They're those actors that could take very little and do so much and have you fall in love with them. Yeah. Because if you kind of look at it, like, scene-wise, like, both Wallace and Weevil don't have too much past a certain point. Yeah. But you feel like they're there constantly. And
when I picture Neptune High, Wallace is right there beside Veronica in every scene in my head.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah. And that's just a testament to the actors. I mean, shit. I don't think a lot of actors could carry that.
I don't think
no offense.
Okay, so E-string killer. It's always nice to see Lamb back. Lamb is a favorite character of mine. He's a complete piece of shit, but I love him so much.
Where's that clip? Lamb was right. Lamb was right. I can't wait to pull it out in this episode somewhere.
My favorite Lamb moment is when they go to the guitar shop and Keith is like, he's waiting for you to throw your panties.
Yes!
I'm like, yeah, please.
For some reason, like, I've watched this episode a good 4 times this past week, mainly because I thought we were recording separate times. But I didn't get that scene until, like, I watched it before we recorded. I'm like, oh my god, how did I not pick this up? But I had to, like, quickly write it down. Like, that is... I fucking love Keith. He's such a good guy.
Keith is like a good sheriff. Like, it's really... Lamb tries so hard to be in charge, like when they're doing the debriefing, and Lamb just keeps interrupting.
God.
And Keith's like, yeah, except for the keeping, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're exactly the same case. And then I love when Leo's like, there's like his heavy accent. He's like, so what do we know about the murder? And then, I can't do it. And then, but Keith, like...
He's a loser.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Which, like, harkens back to Lamb's, he's a major league loser.
Yeah. I like that Keith just
like
has some fun. And then I always appreciate that Sax is just like a good cop. Like, and he's
just in the background like, oh my god, Lamb, shut up. Like, you speak.
And then later on, he's like, when he barges in, he's like, this is what's going on. And Lamb's like, do this. He's like, yeah, we already did. We're on it.
We actually have
Sax is like,
in the sheriff's department right now.
I just want to solve crimes. I don't care about your guys' drama. I just want to put bad people away.
He's like, when I graduated from the academy, I did not think it was going to be this. I just wanted to help people, wanted to solve some cases.
I want to bring smiles to people's families.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my favorite, well, I just want to add, my favorite interruption, and as Keith is like, it happened Friday night. Technically, it was Saturday morning. Because I know people who do that, and it's like, is that detail, it's like, oh, that changes the whole case.
You know precisely what I meant. However, you're choosing to be an asshole right now.
And he just goes with it. He has to.
I liked where, like, right after they were interrogating Aaron Paul's
Oh,
character at, like, the motel or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And Lamb's going back. He's like,
I guess you didn't notice the guitar sitting out there in plain sight.
I saw it.
So what, does he need a shirt reading on the E-string killer? Arrest me? Let's go back.
He needed to look like he's not going to soil himself. If he gets any more freaked out, he's going to destroy those tapes before we get a warrant.
You should have consulted me first.
What do you want me to do? Consult you in pig Latin? He was standing right there.
like, what am I supposed to do? They did really great with, like, Keith and Lamb in this, and I wish we got to see it again.
We kind of see them butt heads again.
But not, like, working together, like, in this capacity. It was just so much fun. Because they hate each other so much.
Well, Keith doesn't hate Lamb. Keith doesn't care enough about Lamb to hate him. True. But Lamb is so, like, concerned with his status, and so, like, that's all he has, that, like, the idea that Keith coming in, and the fact that the mayor requested Keith to come in, is like, and I really enjoy when they show up, and Veronica's like, Deputy Lamb is here to see you. He's with the mayor, and then she's just standing there, and the mayor just gives her a look, and she's like, "Can I get anyone anything? Like drinks, a banana?"
Keith is just smiling.
Yeah.
I hate when douchey guys wink. And
see, that's where we differ.
With Lamb gives the who ends up being the killer that little wink at the guitar shop.
Yeah.
Like my god, like both characters trash, but that is I just hate that type of wink. And then, like, to juxtapose that, you have when Veronica brings Keith lunch and he gives her that little wink. Like, I love that wink. That was cute. There was no, like, douchiness attached to that eye wink. Whereas Lamb's, it was just like, ugh.
I don't love because it's creepy. But once again, Veronica, when they're interrogating the bouncer or the bar guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I remember her. He's like, that's my teenage daughter. And then he, like, pushes him aside. And he's like, whoopsie, sorry.
Yeah. He puts his, like, finger in his mouth
Yeah.
for the other guy to... Oh, that was... I love Keith.
So, but I think that brings us to Leo.
I was doing them as separate things.
We can continue. Oh, because that's kind of where the Leo Veronica scene takes place.
Which fine, then we'll talk. I really like.
I love Leo. I think Leo.
He's the greatest.
Is such a charmer.
Such a charmer.
I
love the astrological thing with
yeah.
his name being Leo, her name being Mars. Like, it's really cute, and then they have like the openings, like lines between each other.
Can I help you?
You must be new. I'm Keith Mars' daughter, Veronica.
Oh, Leo.
Did you just tell me your sign?
My name, actually, though I am coincidentally enough a Leo.
They're so cute,
so
and like
perfect.
I personally can ignore the fact that the relationship is creepy because she's 17 and he's 20. And I can get past that because it's a TV show. And because Keith seems to not have a problem with it.
Maybe he's a fresh 20, like yesterday was his birthday.
He's a fresh something.
So it's only like
I
two...
tell you what.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I put here... What did I put? Veronica and Leo are so cute. Italian stallion. And I stand by
Italian stallion, you fucking whore. Oh, God.
But I like... Veronica's like, oh, what's your line? He's like, I have one. You want to come see my band play? He's just so like, I have so many favorite lines from him that I'm gonna save till later.
Like, no offense, however, because I love me a drummer. However,
yeah,
of course Leo is the drummer.
Of course, he's the drummer. I don't think we ever seen his band again. But I love the scene where Keith like busts in, and everyone just like, he's like, how you doing, Veronica? And she's like, I just never want to show my face again. But
you two know each other?
Yeah.
Oh, did I forget to mention that? Yeah, it is really, really odd that Keith is very like, okay, my 17-year-old daughter is dating this adult man. Well, granted, it's only it's like 3 years and it's 20, but it's still.
And also, Leo's a really good guy, so I think Keith is like, I guess it's better than the fucking like guy who might be her brother, or the guy that was like a drug dealer.
You know, I mean, there are worse ones in Neptune. Except, oh god, her and Weevil would have been really cute.
It never would have worked. It would have been a whole Caitlyn Charles thing again.
No, it wouldn't have. How dare you compare Veronica to Paris Hilton, you fucking fuck. Oh
my god, wouldn't it have been really good if Mac was switched at birth with Caitlin Ford? That would have been a storyline. That would have been good.
Why?
I
so we can bring back Paris Hilton?
So, I still think Caitlin Ford should have not been stunt casting, because I think Caitlin Ford's a really interesting character, but anyway. I don't know why I brought that up, but
I don't either, but whatever. I will say, the Leo Veronica stuff really, really reminds me of the whole Smokey the Barely Legal from the pilot. The fact that she's dating a 20-year-old. It's. I
mean, whatever. Go for it, Veronica. Go for it.
I mean, I would have at 17.
We all would have.
If Leo was like,
we all
yes.
would have. Don't lie to yourself.
Oh my god, at 17 I would have probably tried to find an even older. But we're not going to get into that.
I mean, I would have gone for Lamb, because like I like being treated like shit, so. Leo's too good. Leo's too good of a boy.
Leo would have treated you too good. He would have made you breakfast in bed. He would have taken you out on the town, shown you off to all his friends.
He would have been like, let's just stay in and watch Netflix. I made dinner.
Netflix and chill. No, baby, we getting Popeyes to go. We gonna be chicken and dick.
Yeah. Anyway, so Leo and Lamb and Sax are the cops at Neptune, and it's a wide range of quality.
What you're doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I have no more notes about this because I didn't really care about this actual storyline, the Eastern Killer, because it was obvious who it was from like the get-go.
Really?
Oh yeah. I totally knew it was the guitar guy.
Oh.
The first time I watched it, I'm like, it's him. I've also watched so much like CSI and like that kind of shit. It's usually who you think it is. I don't care what they say. It's usually who you think it is.
What if I thought it was Madison?
I mean, Madison has killed a lot of people, I assume.
I will say I really like anytime Lamb thought he broke the case, he would just get like super excited about himself. And he's like, "Who's this Devil Dave? Can we find him?"
Hey, Devil Dave, did you kill anyone this week?
Devil Dave. He's such an incompetent person.
And the problem is, he doesn't think he is, because he, in his head, solved the biggest case in Neptune history, and everyone else thinks he solved the biggest case in Neptune history, but he did not.
God. It must just eat him alive in season 2, and I wish we got to explore that more, because
I know.
He put so much weight on being the one who solved the Lily Case murder. Like,
yeah.
That's like his claim to fame.
That's his.
And Keith just took that and then got a book deal out of it.
No, Keith didn't take it. Veronica solved the case, which I think would
true.
be even
Okay,
worse.
all right, fair.
This 17-year-old girl, solved the case that you could not solve.
I know what happened. Yeah, you do, Veronica. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Ugh, Lamb.
Oh wait, but speaking of Leo, like he saves Keith's life.
Yeah, he
in
does.
This episode.
I think he's like, okay. You can date him. He saved my life. I owe you.
True. Maybe that's it too. Like
this is my life. This is my life debt. You can have my daughter.
Oh my god! They would totally have a joke about that though, and you know it. Like,
yeah,
that is very much Keith and Veronica's humor. Very much. Like,
oh, we forgot to mention.
But he gave me 2 cows and a goat, so you got to go with him, honey.
I love the first scene where Keith's like asking Veronica if she like hangs around any of these like and she's like,
you don't go to the oceanside bars that the college kids hang out at, do you?
I prefer the biker bar by the train station. I get more attention there. I'm kidding. Why would you ask me that?
Veronica's like, why would you ask me that? And Keith is like, that's why. Because you're a little piece of shit, Veronica.
He loves it. He would be so bored with a daughter that wasn't her.
It was just like Meg.
Oh my no. Aww. But that's like just they would save the I don't know. They would save the environment.
They would.
The rainforest. I don't know. But those are just 2 beings of pure light.
Yeah.
Oh. So I think that's kind of it for the episode. Wow, this is.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this episode.
I do too. I think I enjoy it more for the aspect that it's a Madison episode because I really like those characters. But like as a whole, and Leo. But as a whole, I'm never like, oh, Silence of the Lamb is like top 10. This is not a top 10 episode for me. But
I'm really excited that
Leo's
like
back for season 4. Well,
oh my god, yeah. But actually, yeah. Speaking of season 4, that they're kind of taking this kind of a case that like something that's killing tourism and making it like the season storyline because really there is a lot of potential with it.
Yeah, they never really explored the whole tourism in Neptune. I think,
which I guess they did in one of the books, but like once I found out the movie was doing, like a plot line similar to one of the books, I decided I was like, no, I don't want to read it now. I don't want to read it. Like, I want the TV show to be fresh, and then after that, I'm gonna.
Because I don't think of Neptune as like a touristy town. Because I just think of it as like, home of the rich. But I guess spring break, you're going to get that like rush because it is a beach town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's like Neptune is the Tijuana of America.
Okay. So let's talk about some other stuff.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Let's talk about some fashion.
This was another rough one for me.
So every episode we like to kind of talk about the fashion choices that they chose in 2004, which don't always tend to be
2005. We're in 2005 now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. My apologies. In early 2005.
That's what vegans existed in 2005. Did not exist in 2004.
So there it is. It was a Christmas miracle. Vegans were blessed upon the land.
Okay. Thanks,
so in this segment, we talk about the fashion of the episode, what we liked, what we didn't like. It tends to be stuff we didn't like, but sometimes there are some really amazing things in here. Like this episode, Keith's PI coat And just the way they like worked it in every scene, like the way it would flow, it was very Batman-y, of the way, like cape-like. That was high art. Like, I don't care. It was beautiful. That is like high class directing. Like, I it's not even a good looking coat. Like, it doesn't look that great, but the way it just moves, it makes him look like a fucking superhero that he is.
Yeah, he is. He is. What are the outfits you got?
Oh, I thought I was gonna let you go with one.
Oh,
I'm gonna kind of back and forth. That way, I don't like take your shit.
I really liked Veronica's red jacket she wore when she was like, she went over to Mac's house the second time.
Oh yeah.
And she had these pigtails and a white scarf. It was like Christmassy, but we don't see her in a lot of red. It was just a nice red.
It wasn't pink. It was good.
It wasn't pink. It was red.
Well,
it was red. It was like a nice. Even though I'm not a big velvet fan, it looked like a crushed velvet, but.
You liked that, but I liked, in that same scene, I liked Mac's blue, like, zip-up sweater.
Oh, I like that too. Like, she wore, like, a vest over it.
It went really good with the crazy amount of blue hair she had.
Yeah. The money she must spend on dye is outrageous. I don't know how she can afford a car and hair.
That's where, like, she probably would have gotten a newer car, but she had to buy all that dye.
I will say, we forgot to mention, I do like that they bring it back up. That she got the new car.
Oh, yeah.
They're both just very open that Mac's like, okay, obviously Veronica knows I did this. This was my test.
I love some continuity. Like, continuity will make or break a show.
Yeah.
And it helps in Veronica Mars. Not like it needs it, but like, it's that little extra that makes it such a good show. Another one I liked is Leo in a deputy's uniform. Like,
it was a little loose in this episode. It gets a little tighter going forward. But I did like Leo's.
That's because he works out a bit more.
Yeah,
bruh.
he's a little twinkish in this episode.
Yeah.
I like Leo's later on in the episode when he's with Keith. He has like this tan jacket with like the lambskin fur underneath. I really like that. He looked very like, I'm gonna go chop some wood.
I preferred the deputy's uniform.
That's fine. Also, Madison's sparkly red birthday top, like see-through midriff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even though I feel bad because Madison's hair is like this really weird bleach blonde color, and it gets better, but it's not the greatest. But Madison's Madison. I love Madison. I said it in a post. Madison, and I strongly believe this. Madison is Veronica's Joker, and no one can fight me on this.
No, it's true. It really, Veronica, Veronica blames her for her origin. Like,
oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there in Trip to the Dance. We'll definitely break into this once we get to that episode, because I think that's really
That's going to be like a 5-hour
episode.
I hope you're all ready.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be a good one. But speaking of Madison, what the fuck was that long, like, cardigan house coat that she wore when Matt came back over for her purse? Like, it looked like she bought it from a Walmart in, like, just the gave up on life section. Like, it is gross. She's supposed to be rich, but everyone else, like, Mac looks dressed better than her. But Mac's supposed to be, like, this trailer trash girl in the fucking NASCAR family. But she's dressed better than Madison. Like, that is an ugly coat. It's an ugly coat.
It was
ugly. She deserved better than that. She's that red top. Like she. Ugh.
I hated the outfit Veronica wore when she went to visit Leo with the pizza. But what caught my attention was the girls were on full display. She was boobs out for Leo. Like, I didn't notice it until like I was rewatching it today. But like cleavage, she had like perfectly pressed bosom. It was hilarious. I'm like, Veronica knows where it's at.
She's smart. She knows what she's doing. I would. God damn.
Pizza and boobs. It's a straight man's heart, right?
Was there beer as well, or was it so? It was
no, because she's 17.
Oh yeah. Would she go to the Sack and Pack? Wallace could hook her up. She could tip him $1.
I feel like a 17-year-old should probably not bring beer to a sheriff station.
Oh, but a 20-year-old should date a 17-year-old. I'm sure there's laws against that as well. Actually, no, I think they're like, once you're 17, you can get away with stuff. But still.
She's a hard 17, okay?
She had to grow up fast. She's at least 21. She's actually mentally older than Leo, and I 1000% believe that.
Believe that. Leo's like a dog, and I love
What?
it. Like a friendly dog.
Like a companion?
A companion.
There we
Anyway,
go.
any more outfits?
Usually when you compare a man to a dog, it's not a good sense. But I think, yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Let's go into...
These are the jokes.
In this segment, we like to talk about our favorite quotes of the episode, which ones really stood out to us and made us give a little bit of a chuckle. What you got, Trav?
I have many this episode.
Wow, I don't.
Like, we got to the opening credits, I'm like, shit, I've written like 6 quotes down already, so I kind of like...
Well, I already took my biker bar, so...
So I love when the kid comes up to Veronica, and she's like,
I hear you do detective stuff for people.
I do favors for friends.
I can pay.
Sit down, friend.
Yes, yeah. She has a lot of good ones with like the kids, like where I think it's the same kid.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say about you, Veronica Mars. You rock.
Yes, I do. I also take cash.
I love when Veronica about Madison.
My parents must love her.
If they really loved her, they would have gotten the real Beatles.
For some reason, always cracks me up.
That's a good one, except like hot take, I hate the Beatles.
Oh, I mean,
I love their songs. Like,
yeah.
Across the Universe, that is such a fucking good soundtrack, and I will listen to it on repeat. But there's just, it's their voices, I guess. I don't know. I do not care for them. I'll listen to some Beach Boys, though.
Okay.
Beach Boys are the real Beatles of the generation. Just
wow. Wow. When Lamb is talking to the guitar guy, and he's like,
Strapping on a guitar. Does it get rid of feelings of inadequacy?
Does strapping on a gun?
Yes! Because it's true on both accounts.
This is my favorite Leo Veronica moment, and what makes me love them. And she's like,
You looked in my bag.
I told you I'm a scoundrel.
Rogue deputy is among us. No sandwich is safe.
just the way he says it, I'm like, oh.
He's such a heartthrob.
I
like,
know.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
He like has that accent. He's like, I'm a scoundrel. I'm like,
see, and this is why I think it was never supposed to be Duncan. That it was supposed to be Leo and Veronica and Jason Dohring and Kristen Bell's chemistry, which is so off the charts that like that got pushed. Like, 'cause Leo and Veronica have amazing chemistry too. It's not like there's some dud in the water, but. Oh, that would have been... They make a really... They're my backup to Logan and Veronica, honestly. Like, I think he would be a lot more stable for her, but I don't think she needs that much stability. But that's for another episode.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a couple more, because I have a lot this episode.
Jesus,
I feel like
I guess.
When Weevil is like...
Well, then you leave the sheriff a note. He shouldn't expect Eli Navarro Esquire's vote this year.
Ding, ding. And he has like a little bell. I love it. Oh, Weevil could do no wrong. I need him to go like anywhere with me and just issue complaints. Like I want Francis Capra to just have a YouTube series where he goes around.
He's a middle-aged white woman in disguise, and it's great.
He was told by AppleCare that he could get the part.
A cop that rocks. What will they think of next? It's just so stupid. And then my favorite line of the episode, and it all because of Tina Majorino, is
Another girl born a day after me. I was switched at birth with Madison Sinclair.
just like the realization in her head.
Like, it's such a good visual line. Like you could see her come to like terms with like,
she's
holy shit.
Yeah, another little girl born one day after me, and Veronica's like,
It was such a good, like, I feel like any other show having that Madison birthday scene at the beginning, it would have felt like weirdly forced or something. But just the way they've kind of have had things like that in the past, it feels...
Well, it helps that because Madison, I think this is like her 3rd episode. They've set it up enough where I'm like, I fully believe that's how Madison would like.
Oh yeah.
Birthday. Like,
so actually, it's my favorite quote of the episode. It's that like whole scene with Madison like doing her birthday thing, and she's like,
I love my parents. All right, come to my party. No need to bring gifts. Happy birthday to me.
The way she delivers that line, it is the funniest fucking thing. It's, oh, I love it. And then Veronica's follow-up, the rite of fall, Madison Sinclair's birthday. Like, it all just...
Well,
they've done so much good world building.
I wish she would have done more, because I think she's a hilarious comedic actress.
She is!
Because, like, Madison could have easily been, like, a character you don't care about. Just like a generic, like, bitchy character.
She could have been Caitlyn.
Yeah. But she... I don't know, she makes you just, like, care about this character. Like, I hate to love Madison, and I think that's the point. And, like, in my mind, Madison is in so much of the series, but she's really actually not in that much of the series.
She's not. But again, it goes back to her being Veronica's Joker. She's just always there. It's so good. Oh my god. I think that's...
Is that all you got for lines?
No. I have 2 more. Or 3 more. Oh, where Mac is like...
It's not that they're bad parents. They just don't get me. They're nachos and NASCAR people, and I'm more...
Falafels and Fellini?
Exactly.
It's a really cute, like, moment in the way that, like, Mac lights up when Veronica says the falafels and Fellini. She's like, you get it! Like, thank you!
You really
this is why we're friends. And probably my second favorite is the one I mentioned earlier with the kid that's asking for help, and he's like, I need leverage. They're crazy strict. They grounded me for 2 months for smoking up in my room. And then Wallace is just like,
apparently you've never spent time in a black woman's house. Be glad you're still walking.
Wallace is just like, what is going on here?
Wallace
you kids are fucking crazy.
I know. What white fucking
Nonsense.
Stepford Wives hell did I step into?
Y'all are mad because you were literally smoking up in your parents' house and they're mad about it. I would never, ever do that at my parents'
My
house.
brother does it, and my parents don't care. They've given up on him.
Dude, like, go outside. Or, like, when I was a teenager, go into a park. That's what me and my cousins would do. All right, let's move on to our next segment.
Go Pirates!
In this one, we like to single out one person apiece on who we thought was our most valuable pirate, who kind of went above and beyond in the episode and truly shined. I'm gonna go first. I'm giving it to Leo.
Okay.
Because his first episode, and he saves Keith's life. Like,
yeah.
What other character comes on in their first episode, charms Veronica, and then saves her father's life? Like, he is a good guy. Granted, hopefully he's a fresh 20. Yesterday was his birthday. Because, I'm going to be honest, in my everyday life, if I hear a 20-year-old's dating a 17-year-old still a junior in high school, she's not even a 17-year-old senior in high school. She still has another year. That is creepy. And that's what I would think in real life. However, Leo's a charmer, and this is fiction, and you got it, buddy. I would have done the same thing my junior year.
Yeah. You got it, buddy.
I'll bring you some pizza slices.
I will give it to Mac.
Oh.
Because this is her one main episode. And I think she deserves it. I think she does a lot of really interesting things. I think Tina Majorino in this episode, I think this is the episode that, like, cements her as, like, a Veronica Mars character. And I think why they kept bringing her back is because I remember watching this episode when it first aired, and people really connecting to Mac.
Oh, everyone loved Mac.
Because she's so different from all the characters we've seen up to this point.
She's a lot more relatable to viewers. Like, to anyone that's watching the show, they could probably relate to the whole, like, not fitting in with your parents. Like,
and then
especially...
then they do nothing with it, so...
Like, it just, like, especially, like, people who are hardcore into fandoms. Like, people like us. Like, you tend to be nerdier, and, like, the generation before us wasn't that. Like, nerds were stuck in a basement playing D&D, like that type of shit. So, of course, like, you're gonna have that that resonance with this character that has that same feeling. And I mean, she's edgy. She has a blue streak in her hair. Actually, no, isn't it 2 now? Yeah, it's 2.
No, it's just still 1 in this episode.
Yeah. Is it once she gets the red that it becomes 2?
Maybe the red's 2. I always thought it was 2 for the blue, but
me too.
Maybe I was projecting my own.
I just thought her whole head was blue for the longest time, especially since you could see her like throughout the parking lot. Who's your MVP? I took that for a little bit. Sorry,
Mac. That's what we just said.
Oh, that's. Oh my god. I've been up since 6:30.
Once again,
my dogs kept me up with fireworks.
Okay.
This is July 5th.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
In this segment, we like to give out pirate points. And instead of rating the episode a letter grade or a numerical score, we just give pirate points out depending on how much we like the episode. Because we figure by this point in it, no letter grade or numerical score is really... You're going to know if we liked it or not. Like, that's all that matters. Did we like it? Did we not? Yeah, no. But how many pirate points are you giving it?
I am giving it enough pirate points to have a 4-piece string quartet play music every time you enter a room.
Oh my god, I hate you because I have something super similar. Oh god, you're the... Okay, I'm giving it enough pirate points for an orchestra to play Spice Up Your Life by the Spice Girls, the true Beatles of our generation. I love that we went with the same thing. Oh god.
That just stood out to me.
It did. Like, who the hell has that happen on their birthday at their school?
And I don't... From what we know,
like, Madison's parents are awesome. Like, she...
Well, her parents don't seem like the type of people that do that. They just don't seem that, like...
What if Madison did it and it's just like, oh, my parents did it?
Oh, that's what I assumed also when she said, my parents love me. I just assumed she did it herself.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
So just like, ugh, fuck.
They probably gave her a budget and just be like, here, do what you need to do.
Do you ever think they're like, is it too late to switch her back?
You know her mom has thought that at least once. That's why the dad's never around.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely Madison's parents got the short end of the stick. Mac's parents are just blessed. Blessed. All right, do you have any other stray things to talk about? Anything
no.
you want to shout out, mention?
I just forgot to add that the moment Mac comes to Madison's door and Madison's mom sees her, and that like instant realization that Madison's mom knows who she is, I really like that moment.
Yeah. Actually, going off that, I thought you were going to say a different scene, though. Like, when Wallace, Veronica, and Mac all go up to, like, into the party, and they just talk their way through Madison.
Oh, just, like, backing up? That's a good one,
They're
too.
like, oh, it was this guy. No, it was this one. Like, I don't even... He wasn't even invited.
Adam, there's some great Sinclair foyer scenes in this episode.
Yeah, there really are. That foyer probably should have been our MVP of this episode. Put in some work.
True.
All right. But that's all I have.
That is all I have, too.
I do want to thank you all that are listening for listening. It's really great to see people listening to this and enjoying it. And we would love any and all feedback that you have for us. You can do that through iTunes on the Apple Podcasts app. Every podcast app has its own thing. So just kind of let us know how we're doing, if you're enjoying it, if there's something you're not enjoying. If you want to talk about an upcoming episode or something we said in the past that you don't agree with, join us on Instagram, Twitter. You can follow us at veronicamarspod on both of those. You can email if you would rather do that, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. There are plenty of ways to tell us that you are either satisfied or dissatisfied, and we want to hear it all, damn it.
Yeah, we do.
I want to hear all the nitty gritty. What do you know? Are we too annoying? Are we too loud? What is it? Just let us know. If you do follow us on Instagram and Twitter, we do post our favorite quotes, our favorite fashion from the episode, just so you can have a little bit of a visual there. With that, we are trying a couple new styles to try to keep everything aesthetically similar. So we're really excited about that. And hopefully we'll have some stuff going with MVP here sometime. But yeah. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I am Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. Travis?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Travis Truant. That's Travis, and then Truant is TRUANT.
Alrighty. And then with that, we will see you all next week. And until then, I hope you are having a better day than Smokey the Barely Legal. Have a good night.
Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.